If you are here wondering whether or not NFTs are going to affect social gaming platforms, and we're here discussing this on Twitch, so there's a bit of bias, I give you that. Your answer is yes.
How will NFTs affect social gaming platforms? Part 1.
Welcome to the Nerd Glasses Show. I am so happy that you made it. We're taking some of our shows here on Twitch in a very new direction. It's quite in line with something that I've already done. I talk a lot about social media. I talk a lot about trends, software, new technology. But I've never just given the space to one-on-one talk about that with you. And our very first episode, our very first topic is about NFTs and how will NFTs affect social gaming platforms. We've got a few questions or at least statements that have been brought forward from you on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. So we're going to run through those. NFTs, my dear friend, yes, those are non-fungible tokens. But what that is something that is much more one of a kind and of a digital nature. It can come from something physical. So they can take something very, very famous and make a digital version of it. But there's coding and blockchain that's attached to these items that show the history and the source of an NFT. So the easiest way in layman's terms to talk about what an NFT may be. So let's get a 1 in chat for those of you who have seen Ready Player One or have seen some sort of digital VR universe, maybe AR-verse, metaverse if you're up to speed, and you've seen someone purchase an item for their playable character. Whether paid or not, it has been acquired in some form. They've got a new sword, new helmet, new skin. Going forward, in many new games, in many new avenues of the digital verse, these are NFTs, or they're going to be NFTs, or already are NFTs. The question is this the fad? Is this a trend? Is this going to take over the digital universe? What's happening? So yes, that's they're more of a scam. People have been scammed. And so that is why, to be fair, I believe from my research, why so many people, there's a bad connotation around NFTs because of the what some may say scam. There's an initial bloating on anything that happens. So even if you look at a stock market, there's a new business that comes out. They're evaluated, they go live, and you see there is this peak. It may even dip down a bit and then level out. Hopefully it levels out at some point. Really, are we going to fault the business for that initial peak? Because that is, in essence, what some of the scams were. Now, the idea is that if I go and create a NFT, and it is listed that this computer, my Alienware, through my MetaMask, that I've installed, and that might be a bit above and beyond what your knowledge base is right now, but we'll get to that, no worries. It says that it came from Sarah Rose at this computer, aka Nerd Glasses. It gives it a bit more credibility than what we put on Instagram now. And what I put on Instagram get copied and pasted and reused, whether or not that is okay. And it happens. It absolutely happens. There are other areas, not in this home, where people will go and steal art and reuse it. We try to give credit. We try to use royalty-free as much as possible. When people are willing to share royalty-free, I've done royalty-free work because it gets your name out there when you're first starting, or some pieces that you like to practice with as background art or music. So there's a great credibility to royalty-free art, music, gaming. Now, with NFTs, the question is it too much? What are the pros and cons? So what do you guys know about NFTs, or what do you look forward to in the virtual reality or augmented reality world now that you understand a bit more what NFTs are? How do you see that meshing? Whether or not it's NFTs, but how do you see that meshing? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and while your comments come up in the chat, I'm going to bring up our questions that we had on social media. And I laughed so hard when I got this first response. And all they said was, oh no. And that is generally the response that people have. And when I say people, let me clarify what people means. The website blogs that I've read, where the author has researched, they're talented, educated individuals. This is what I do for a living, a hobby. They get paid to do this. They may not. This is their passion, though. They're talking to us about NFTs or new tech. And quite often, I hear this sense of fear integrated throughout the article, whether it's the heading or, oh no, what else do we have to learn? That there's a lot to catch up with, whether there is an overwhelming amount of NFTs that are under quality and that flooded the market. So right, we've got all of these different things that are adding to the big overall issue of what NFTs are and how they're going to change the future of tech, if they even are. We are looking at how many may feel that this is just a fad, but you have people like Gary Vee, and he's saying that NFTs are the focus of where we're going within the next 5 years. Most likely you will buy at least one NFT, especially if you're a gamer. Elon Musk created a song about an NFT, tweeted it, made it into an NFT. It went up for auction. It was going to be for sale. $1.1 million. Decided not to sell it for whatever reason. I don't know. I didn't get into that much of the research. Didn't sell it. Facebook changed their name to Meta. So if you've heard about this, their mission is now focusing on everything that is going forward into the metaverse. Facebook is not metaverse because they changed their name, or they're changing their name to Meta. They are not the metaverse. Metaverse is like the internet, and there are a lot of ways to access it, especially to buy land, and it is ever expanding. There are various games on how to do this as well. So we're gonna get to that going forward. Don't worry, I won't leave you hanging. How is this going to affect our day-to-day going forward? How is it going to affect our gaming? How is this going to affect things like Twitch? So what we're gonna do is go ahead and look up a bit of information. So Justin.tv was actually how Twitch started. Justin Kan is was the co-founder of Twitch, was I believe one of the CEOs or COOs, something of that nature. Twitch co-founder Justin Kan launches gaming-centric NFT ... Very, very first article that has popped up 8 days ago. I have yet to scroll any farther. I have yet to do anything else. So if you are here wondering whether or not NFTs are going to affect at least a baby bit social gaming platforms, and we're here discussing this on Twitch, so there's a bit of bias, I give you that. And we're going to talk about the co-founder of who originally started Twitch back in the day. They have now started a gaming-centric NFT marketplace. Your answer is yes. If you can't look at that from a futuristic standpoint and say, yep, I'm gonna go with where Mark Zuckerberg is looking at, Gary Vee, Elon Musk, Justin Kan, all of these technology moguls, they're focusing on NFTs. Now, they may have the same distrust that you and I have, rightfully so. In any business venture, distrust, use your own sense of use your gut, as it were. Distrust is maybe the wrong term, because you really want to you're going to have partners in the game. You're going to have those that you network with, those that you grow together, those that you work with. But go ahead and learn a bit more about what it's a difference between a trend and a fad is. There's a difference, and things might have a rough patch when they start. That's allowed. NFTs may be one of the next things to blow up. And one of the things that I have seen is not just with games, but it is within the game. They have additional methods of buying things, such as land, property, marketplaces of your own where you can create things and sell them on there. In fact, there's games already that exist that you can create your own world. So let's go ahead first and before we digress too much, go ahead and look at this. What is this Twitch co-founder Justin Kan thing that they're launching? So here we have Justin Kan, and the background is the brand look, logo, one of the items or their cryptocurrency, which is called a fractal. Well, if you want to be a part of their Discord, you can get some free fractals if you're at grape level, I believe. I don't know how long that was lasting for. That was just something I learned this week. I'm not going to read this all. We're just taking a bit from bitcoin.com if you want to look up this yourself. We're just looking to see what their take is on this right now. So he told his followers on December 2021. So this is barely January 7th. This was just 8 days ago. This is about a week now. That he launched an NFT marketplace called Fractal. They are about to launch a collection that leverages the Sol blockchain network, Solana. That's all I'm going to go into that because this is not a huge argument over here about whether or not Fractal is going to be good at what they're doing. You can go and follow their tweets. You can go and look at Bitcoin. We're going to look at Fractal's website, in fact, in a second, just to see what it looks like, and you can see. But you can see it's definitely a focus. It's definitely things that are going to change. Now, what I wanted to find interesting is, again, the take, right? And the take is usually in the very last paragraph. What the author's view is. So at the time of writing, right? Let's see, following the market's native NFT project, all these different projects capture the 6th through 9th positions. The 10th highest trending NFT project hosted on the Fractal marketplace is Soul Chicks. All right, so this person's dead sold. They're already into talking about what's happening within Fractal. So they're saying that this is going. There's games within the site. Now their questions are, what do you think about Twitch co-founders marketplace? Let us know what you think. So yeah, go ahead and head over there since we utilize some of their sharing of information. Now I want to bring up. Let's go ahead and look at Fractal marketplace.
Excited to check out NFT-based gaming platforms like Fractal? Well, like and subscribe so you can be alerted when part 2 comes out. Or check us out live on Twitch Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays at 3 p.m. PST. See you there!